Hi Flosstube, it's Bernie here, hooking and stitching. Today is Thursday the 28th of December 2023 and I'm here for my 2023 WIP Parade. It's a very exciting time of year. I've done this the past 2 years, I think. I did one at the end of 2022 and at the end of 2021, just to go through all my WIPs. That's works in progress. And just say a bit about them, see what progress I've made, look at what new starts I've had during the year, what finishes I've had. I've got lots of facts and figures for you on my projects. The ones that are paper charts, I haven't really got those figures for you, but I do have progress pictures. But the ones that are on Pattern Keeper, because you know how much Pattern Keeper's a game changer, those ones I do have what the starting stitch count was at the beginning of the year, what the finishing stitch count is now, starting percentage, finished percentage, and how many stitches I've stitched throughout the year on that particular piece. So it's quite interesting. I do apologise if I'm shaking you ever so slightly. I'm just going to push you slightly further back so I'm not touching the tripod. I do have a couple of cats in the living room with me at the moment. I've got Gizmo and Mitzi in here, but they have both just settled down, so I'm hoping they're going to let me get on with this. The children are in at the moment. They're upstairs playing on their consoles and things, and they're under strict instruction to be quiet because Mummy's filming and my husband's gone out to the gym, so he's not going to bother me. So start by saying Merry Christmas to you all and a Happy New Year. If you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. It's hard to believe that it's going to be New Year in a few days. I mean, today's Thursday, New Year's Eve is on Sunday, and then New Year starts on Monday. That's just seems to have gone really fast. But there's lots to look forward to in the new year. I'm looking forward to making lots of progress on my projects. I've got the Essex Needles retreat in March, which I can't wait for. I've just paid the final bill. So the room and everything, food, everything's paid for. Can't wait. Me and my husband are going down there. Nice weekend without the children. Bless him, my dad will come and stay here and look after the children and the cats. And yeah, me and my husband can go down to Essex and have a nice long weekend in a nice hotel with all my favourite stitchy people. I can't wait to see everybody again and just get to stitch and eat and drink some cups of tea, copious cups of tea, and snack and nibble and stitch and stitch and stitch. Just can't wait. Absolutely can't wait for that. So it's always nice to have something to look forward to in the new year, isn't it? Because I must admit, January and February are not my favourite months. It's very cold, it's very drab, and I need something to look forward to. Speaking of cold and drab and weather, we had an almighty storm here last night. We've had several storms over the last couple of months. I think we've had at least 4 named storms in 4 weeks or something. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But it happened just before midnight last night. All of a sudden the rain was coming down. It was hailing. I could hear it lashing the house to actually wake me up. And then we had at least 4 good cracks of lightning, followed immediately by thunder. The cats were growling. My son woke up. We had a power cut. I must admit, I only thought it was sort of a split-second power cut, but according to local social media, it was about 20 minutes. So I only realised we'd had a power cut because we have our smart printer in our bedroom because we don't have a home office. And when the power came back on, it switches on and the display on it like creates quite a lot of light. And I was like, oh, and I sort of thought the only thing that's caused that to happen is because we've had a power cut. But everything's fine this morning, thankfully. It was really lashing it down first thing, but it's gone a bit calmer. It's just a little bit windy, but it's not raining anymore. So fingers crossed that's the end of storm. I can't remember what it was called. It began with a G. I'm thinking Gabbit, but that sounds awfully like Babbit, which was the bee storm, so I don't know. Anyway, let's crack on with the WIPs. So let's have some, I've got my my little book here. Let's have some facts and figures. So I started 2023, so this time last year, I actually filmed on the 29th of December last year. I had 18 WIPs, and counting up yesterday, I've now got 22 WIPs. So I've increased by 4. I've had 11 new starts and 7 finishes, so that accounts for the extra 4. I think incidentally I watched last year's video to get some facts and figures from it, and I started 2021 with 16 WIPs and finished with 18, and then I've just started with 18 and finished with 22, so I've doubled. So if I double again, am I going to finish on 30 at the end of 2024? We'll see. Trying not to get up to that 30 mark, but sometimes there's just too many nice things starting. I do have 2 planned new starts, which I'm going to show you, one of which is going to be my New Year new start, but we'll get to that in a bit. So I will do all my finishing stuff at the end. I'm going to go through these in a bit of an order. So the first WIPs were WIPs last year, and the second lot were new starts in the year and where I am now with those, and then I'll do finishes at the end. Fact wise, I started with 4 Heaven and Earth designs. I've still got those 4 Heaven and Earth designs, so I haven't finished a Haid this year. I did last year but not this year, and yeah, I did 2022 I finished my darling. 2023 I've not finished a Heaven and Earth design. I don't see me finishing one in 2024 either, not unless there's like a major push, but I think the only one anywhere near close is at 59%, so I can't see me doing that 41%. But yeah, anyway, let's just work our way through them. You'll see what I've been on with, and where I've got progress pictures I will put those in too, because last year I did take lots of screenshots from my video and saved them on the laptop under 2022 WIP Parade, so I've got them now. So I was super organised last year. And speaking of being organised, I have ordered myself a new planner. I didn't do this last year. I tried the year before and got about halfway through the year, but I'm going to try and keep a planner of what I've worked when, so I can see how many days I've spent on things. Because I know how many stitches I've done on a lot of them, but I don't know how many days that was over. So we'll go from there. So I've got a nice big pile of WIPs, because I say I've got 22 of them now. They're all sitting here at the side of me, and they are in a bit of an order, so I've got everything written down in front of me, so if you see me looking down, it's because I'm just reading what I've got written. But the first few I'm going to show you aren't on Pattern Keeper, so there's no figures in that sense, but there will be progress pictures. So let's start. Oh, I will say I did this last year, I am going to be putting everything back in its bag and away. I've got a box at the side of me, just because otherwise I'm going to be in a right mess if I don't put things away. So bear with. So first on the WIP pile is something that probably should have been finished in the course of the year, but it hasn't, and that is Light by Barbara Anna. This one was a freebie a good couple of years ago now, I do believe, and it's not something that I actively think, oh, I want to stitch on that, and it never sort of makes me do that, but I have stitched on it. In fact, I have stitched everything that was a WIP last year has been stitched on. There is nothing that's got no progress. So I have touched every WIP, so I'm pleased about that. But there were only 18 of them. It's not like one of these stitches that's got up to 100 and trying to touch every one of them. I only had 18. But yes, this is Light. I'm stitching this on a 32 count mauve even weave. I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last year. And here it is now. So you can see there's not been a ton of progress. I've done the dress, haven't I? Finished the bottom of that dress. Oh, well, it's not finished. There's still some stitches to be put in, but I've made good progress on the dress in that sense. But yeah, this needs more work. This needs finishing. I really need to try and prioritise this one in 2024. Get it off the WIP pile because it's been here too long. I think this might be one of my oldest now. So, gonna move it on. Apart from the Heaven and Earth designs, of course, because they are the oldest, because they take so long. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop this away in its bag. This is in the box bag that I made, quite cute. And we'll drop it down there. Okay, the next one should also really have been finished by now, and is an old WIP, and that is Cats and Mandalas by Kitty and Me Designs, and this is the January one. I noticed that Sarah Stitching Mummies started the heart versions of these, so rather than a round mandala it's in the heart, and she mentioned that somebody had said that these take longer than you think, and that would have been me. I think they take longer than you would think. They're not massive. I mean, the stitch count's something like, is it 107 by 107, I want to say? No, not even that. 97 by 97. Why is this still a WIP? Because it's more labour intensive than you realise. So I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last time you guys saw it. Or last year. Sorry, not last time you saw it. I do apologise for the creases. But here it is now. So it's close. I've got to get... There's a motif here, and then I've got to fill in the little bits around the edge. And then it will be done. But it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm stitching this on 32 count white even weave. And it's got glittery, I don't think you can really see that in the video, but it's got two, I'm using two petite treasure braids. I think it calls for crying it, but I swapped them for petite treasure braid, silver and the pink that's in there. And it's absolutely beautiful, but it is just far more labour intensive than I anticipated. And I think I stitched the cat first, which was the bulk of the stitching. And then it's just all those little motifs just seem to take forever. I think it's because there's a lot of colour changes. Like that centre piece has got, how many different, there's quite, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different blues. And yeah, that's to give it that gorgeous ombre effect. But yeah, when you're changing colours so often, and it's hard sometimes to like to move with your thread and go somewhere else with it because of the counting. And yeah, I found myself starting and ending threads a lot with this piece. But I do still love it. I do think it's beautiful, and I do want to do some of the others. Because I mean, that's all the mandala designs, and obviously that's January there. And I would love to do them all, but yeah, if they're going to take me 2 years a piece, I'll be in my 60s. It shouldn't take 2 years a piece. So this is me now saying I want this one finished in 2024. I don't think that's unreasonable of me to ask myself that. Get it finished, birdie. It's been hanging around too long. And that's in my teeny weeny bag. This was a Plum Street Samplers piece, teeny weeny. And I turned it into a project bag. Because I didn't fancy framing it or turning it into a cushion. I thought, what can I do with it? So I turned it into a project bag. Why not? Right, what is next? Next is, I don't think there's been a hell of a lot of progress on this one either, which I'm a little bit disappointed about. But this is in my gorgeous Ladybird designs. Handmade by Ladybird, yep. I bought this off her at the Essex Needleworks retreat the first year I went, which would have been in 22. Because I've been in 22 and 23, yeah. And this one houses Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. And I absolutely love, oh, what was I saying about it being nice? It's just started raining again. Yuck. Yeah, absolutely love this piece. But I don't know what puts me off stitching on it. I don't know whether it's the 1/1, whether it's the specialty threads, the fact that I haven't got a massive margin. I don't know what. I'm not a fan of stitching on linen, and this is on a linen. It's 32 count stone by Eva Faith. But I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last year. And here, oh sorry, this is terrible displaying. Here it is now. So yeah, not a ton. A bit more of the house done. I've got that big flower pot thing on the roof done, and a little bit of border. But not nearly enough. I really need to give this one some love. But yeah, I don't know what holds me back on this. I mean, the worst bit, the biggest bit is obviously this house. That's very stitch intensive. But there's no reason why I can't get on with the rest of it now. And just looking at it now makes me want to stitch on it. I might even stitch on this one later today, because I finished stitching on something last night and it was like, I can't stitch on anything else now because I've got all my facts and figures. So I thought I'd better film this so I can do some stitching. So I might work on this one today. We'll see. But yeah, it's beautiful. I don't know what's taken me so long to get on with it. I really don't. So all I can think is it's possibly the linen and the fact that I'm doing it 1/1. Oh, Get on with it. Suck it up. Right, what have we next? This one's not had an awful lot of love either. So this is my one and only Mirabilia Emerald Mermaid, which is absolutely beautiful. I know on this one I didn't leave myself a big margin, but it's not impossible to work on, and that's not a good enough excuse to not work on it anymore. This has been stitched on a 32 count fabric flare by it's a Lakeside Needlecraft exclusive called Haze. Is this a fabric flare? Yes, it is. And I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last year. And here it is now. Let me just fold this in a bit. So I have got some done. Oh, now I want to stitch on this one. But yeah, you can see I think this is the edge of the chart, and that's all the margin I've given myself. So it's not an awful lot of margin, but I can still live with it. And it's going to be so pretty when it's done that I just need to get on and work on it. I really do. And I can't blame the fabric on this one because it's 32 count and I'm doing it 2/2 with DMC. So yeah, no excuses. Crack on with it, Bernie. Maybe I need to finish her face and give her a face. Put in some of that back stitch, that might help. But yeah, very beautiful. Just needs some love, don't you? But yeah, I haven't worked on this one for ages. I don't think any of my regular viewers would have seen it for a while, so I do need to bring this one out and work on it because it is so pretty and I do really like it. I wonder if this is going to be a kicking myself for not working on stuff enough video, because that's how it's feeling already. But yeah, I've got all those beautiful beads and some cryonic, well not cryonic, yeah there is some cryonic in this one, isn't there? No, not this one. Petite Treasure Braid in there. But yeah, it's so pretty. Just needs some love. Maybe I'll work on that today. This is the thing, I said this last year as well. You start looking at all your WIPs and you just want to work on them all. Maybe I just need to go through all my WIPs and pretend to do a WIP parade every couple of months and it'll give me the boost I need. So the last WIP from last year that hasn't got any figures is in my pumpkin bag. And this is my Nora Corbett and this is Gwen. And I love this piece. I think this one was purchased at the Essex Needle Retreat the first year I went. And stitching it on a gorgeous piece of fabric called Dark Goddess by Sparkleys, and it's a 32 count. Popping a picture of what it looked like last year, and here she is now. So quite a bit of progress on this one compared to last year. Look at that gorgeous fabric. I think that dress just pops on this fabric. It's beautiful. So yeah, I've done quite a bit of work on the dress, and there's a lot of black in this, lots of 310. But yeah, this one's coming along nice. I don't feel guilty about this one. That makes a nice change, doesn't it? Because I have bought it out a few times, I know I have. And I do like working on it. And I do like the colours. It's super pretty. Just zoom in slightly. So you can see where I've left gaps for beads. The beading will all be done at the end. Yeah, super pretty that one. But yes, that's my only Nora Corbett at the moment. And I do like her, it's a Bewitching Pixies. I would like to do another one. There's one lady's in a blue dress. I can't think which one that one's called, but that one's a pretty one. Something to treat myself to when I finish this one. Probably pick that up at the Essex Needleworks Retreat, because Hawkins Hobbies sell them and they're usually there with a shop, aren't they? Right, so now I have figures on the next pieces. So the next one's quite interesting, and you'll see why. So the Point Pattern Keeper, it's at 100%. So this is Alice in the Wonderland. Ignore the colours on this bit, the printer was nearly out of toner, so it's not as vibrant as it's going to be in real life. So last year I was on 5,030 stitches and it was at 55.07% complete. This year I'm on 9,130 stitches and it's 100% complete, but it's not finished. And you'll know why in a minute. I've done a total of 4,100 stitches on this year in total. Now this is on a beautiful piece of fabric as well, although I can't remember what it's called. Oh, I've got it in here. Moonlighting by Sparklies. So I'm popping a picture of what it looked like last year. And here it is now. So all the stitching is done. I need to backstitch. And there is a hell of a lot of backstitching in this piece. Like tons and tons and tons of backstitching. So, and I'm nervous for the backstitching. I don't actually enjoy backstitch. I'm one of those people that's quite happy to do the cross stitch. Don't appreciate doing the backstitch. I appreciate what it does to make the piece look like, you know, it brings everything to life, and this will look amazing when it's backstitched. I just don't like the process of backstitching, which is probably why I like Heaven and Earth Designs so much, because there's no backstitch. It's just stitching. So yeah, 100% of the stitching is now done on this one, just needs backstitching. So this is another one that needs to be finished in 2024. And I'm telling myself, you will get that backstitching done. It needs doing. You need to pull up your big girl pants and backstitch it. But oh, the fabric's just beautiful. And then I've got all this extra fabric at the bottom here, so I can chop that off soon and use that for something else, which will be nice. But yes, that's why it's at 100% on Pattern Keeper, because it's not finished, because they don't include backstitching on Pattern Keeper. You have to go into the PDF itself in order to access the backstitching PDF. There is a lot. Okay, so next one is in my Seaside bag. It's one of the first bags I ever made, and this one is Mini Mermaid at Sunset by Elena Lazareva even, sorry, butchering your name. And this is a Heaven and Earth Designs. I think this is my next oldest, and sorry, this is my oldest Heaven and Earth Designs, because My Darling was the very first Heaven and Earth design I ever did, and then this was the next one I started. So some facts about Mermaid at Sunset. At the start of the year, or this time last year, it was on 41,776 stitches, and that was 52.90%. This year, or now, it's on 47,147 stitches, and it's at 59.70%. I've done a total of 5,371 stitches on it. So in the course of the year, that's not an awful lot, really. So feeling a little bit guilty about this one, if I'm honest. So I will pop in a picture of what it looked like this time last year. And here it is now. So it's coming along. Obviously it's over halfway. It's 59%. But I've still got a bit more to do yet. But it's beautiful and I love it. So this one's 25 count easy count fabric, and I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. And for the mini, this one's got enough detail. It's beautiful. It really is. And now this is making me want to work on this one too. As you can see, I converted this one to Royal Rose, and I'm working along this row here at the moment. I've done the first 600 stitches on that row. Yeah, so a little bit of guilt on that one that I haven't done more. But it's, you know, it's still got 47,000 stitches in it. It's not bad, but it is at least 4 years old now. I remember doing a fair bit of stitching on it during COVID lockdown, which was obviously in 2020. And it was already a WIP at that point, so I must have started it in 2019. And yeah, we're coming into 2024. But these things are a journey, aren't they? There's no race. Let's pop it back into the bag. Okay, next. Again, a bit of guilt on this one as well, but I have something in my defence with this one, because I can only stitch it at certain times. The next one is my Long Dog Sampler, Opening Gambit. And I've been working on this one for a while now. So, some facts and figures on this one. Start of the year, or this time last year, I was on 11,129 stitches, which was 41.92%. And I'm now on 16,692 stitches, which is 62.87%. I've done a total of 5,563 stitches over the course of the year on this one. So again, I would have liked a bit more, but this one is a secret stitch. I'm doing this for my dad. He doesn't know, and he lives around the corner from me now. This time last year he didn't live around the corner, but he moved over summer, and he literally lives down the road. In fact, I've got my phone on aeroplane mode at the moment so I can film, and if he tries to ring me he won't be able to get through, so he may just come round. So yeah, if I see him at the window I might suddenly hide it. But yeah, he literally lives a 2-minute walk down the road now, so I don't get a chance to get this out very often, and when I do, it's usually if I know he's not coming around for 24 hours I can work on it. So that's my defence for not getting more done on it. But anyway, I'll pop a picture in. I don't know what that noise was. Pop a picture in of what this looked like last year, and I'll lean back slightly. Here it is now. So you can see I did finish all the way down to this bottom left hand corner, and I've started going up here, and I do believe that's the end of the piece on the right hand top corner. So you can see what I've got to fill in now. There's still quite a bit. Obviously it's 62%, so I've got 38% to go. So still a fair bit of stitching in this one. I'm doing this in 3809, and this is 32 count Silver Moon fabric. And yeah, I love it. I still absolutely love it. I still got the back stitching to do. I've only done minimal amounts. You can see there's a bit of back stitching in that bit there. Where else did I put? There's a little bit down at the bottom that I did. But yeah, I'm a sod for leaving the back stitch to last because I don't like it, as I've already mentioned. But yeah, this one will be a good one to take to the Essex Needles retreat, actually, because my dad won't be there and there's no risk of him seeing it for 3 whole days. So yeah, this one's coming to Essex, definitely. Don't think I'll get it finished over 2024. I can hear some thudding coming from upstairs. I don't think I'll get it finished in 2024. If I'm totally honest with myself, I don't think I'm going to get 38% done. That's quite a lot. But I think I should get it to a good chunk. You know, it'd be nice to get it to at least like 75 to 80% by this time next year. Not too much of a lofty goal, is it? Don't think so, anyway. Oops, fluff on me. Right, the next one. Now then, this one's close to a finish. Did you hear that? That was a Darcy cat. I think she's probably wondering why the living room door is shut. Let me let her in. And I'm back. And this was the cause of the noise. It was my Darcy puss. Wasn't it, sweetheart? You were shouting because there was a door shut. We don't shut doors in this house, Mummy. Where are you going? Leave the tree alone. Come on, you're causing a distraction now. You're going to go up on the sofa. Go up here. Good girl. Right. Cat fluff everywhere. Right, anyway, as I was saying, everybody knows what's in this bag. It's obvious from the bag. So this is Baby Yoda, or Grogu, as he's known. So some facts on this one. This time last year, this was on 7,872 stitches, which was 44.50%. And now, as of this moment, it's on 15,157 stitches, 85.68%. So I'm really pleased with that. Less than 15% to go on this one. And I've done a total of 7,285 stitches. So this one should get finished in 2024. It needs to. I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like this time last year. And here it is now. So Yoda himself is completely, or Grogu, whatever you want to call him, he's completely finished. and I'm working on his pod, and it's big blocks of colour, so I'm actually making quite a lot of progress each time now, which is great. And I'm doing lots of colour completing, and I don't think there's many colours left to finish, in all honesty. I've just got this area down here to complete. So really pleased with this one. I think it's just over 17,000 stitches in total. There's only about 2,000 stitches to go. So this one definitely will be finished in 2024, because it needs to be. But this is 32 count fabric flare called Creationist Purple. Love this piece of fabric, as I always mention. It just looks like, yeah, space, which is totally appropriate for a Star Wars character. And when he's done, he needs framing and putting in my son's room. Lots of things need framing. Put that back in his little bag there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing that one. It's been a fun stitch. I've enjoyed it. Right, sorry, cat fluff all over my face. What's the matter? Oh, Gizmo's woken up now and he's talking. And he wants to play with Darcy, who doesn't want to play. Are you coming up? Are you coming up? God, they're all surrounding me. Right, next. Again, feeling very guilty. Very, very guilty about this one. Not enough stitches. This is another Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Unicorn Spring by David Penfound. Facts about this one: this time last year, it was on 37,593 stitches, which was 40.59%. It's now on 41,410 stitches, which is 44.71%. So I've only done 4% of it in a year. 3,817 stitches, and this is 10th stitch, so you can almost like halve that. And I know why. It's because it's so confetti heavy. It's so confetti heavy. Converting this one to Royal Rose really helped, but it's still hard work. So I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last year, and here it is now. So as you can see, I finished going along there, and then I've started the next Royal Road down here. But I wish I'd done more. I really do. I feel really guilty about this one. Because 2 years ago, my daughter asked for it to be to at least 50%, and I'm still not there. It's gorgeous. It's just such... I mean, you can see, look at all these part threads. It's so confetti heavy. But I'm working up here. Actually, there's not much to fill in here, and then that bit's really confetti heavy again. And then I can come back down to the next level. Really need more than 4% finished on this over the next 12 months. Otherwise it's going to take me decades to do. And it's not that big, it's a mini. It's 285 by 325. It's not huge. And I'm doing it 10th stitch, and this is 28 count. I'm doing 2 over 1/10. So I even used the loop start to start my threads. But yeah, just... yeah, this is giving me serious mum guilt. Mum guilt, WIP guilt, everything else guilt. Yeah. But it's coming along. There is progress, it's just not much. So this has had the least progress for a full coverage, this one, with only 3,817 stitches. Stop starting things and finish this one, Bernie. Anyway, let's put that down there. Stop beating myself up now. Right, turn the page. Next. Ooh, another big Heaven and Earth Designs. So this is Time of Butterflies by Irena Galmashova. Heaven and Earth Designs again. Facts on this one: when I started at the beginning of this year, or this time last year, it was on 7,218 stitches, which was 3.70%. And it's now on 12,380 stitches, which is 6.34%. I've done a total of 5,162 stitches on it. So I love this piece. And I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last time, and you'll see that I'm doing this one Royal Rose as well. I hadn't finished the first Royal Row last time, but I have now, and I've started on the next one. So it's gorgeous. I cannot wait to get over here, I think it is, I keep saying this, because the tip of the cat's ear starts about here, and I really want to start the cats, because the background starts to get a bit boring after a bit, doesn't it? And there's not loads of background on this one, but it is quite big. So this is 25 count fabric, and I'm doing it 1/1 full cross, and not really much more to say about this one. It's lovely, it just needs more work. And I know that this one doesn't come out quite as often because it's on the massive frame, and I have to be in the mood to have the massive frame out. But yeah, it's so pretty. And I love the way just a few different colours makes those, you know, ferny grasses and things appear. Really pretty. But this is one I'm looking forward to seeing some more progress on. Should we set a goal? What were we? We said it was on 6.34%. If I can get this to 10%, so that's another 4%. I did just under 3% this year. So if I can do, yeah, 4% on this one, that would be good. So that would take me up to 10%. Not even quite 4% because it's on 6.34. You heard it here first. Let's see this one at 10% by this time next year. Okay. Okay, did I set a goal for Unicorn Spring? I don't think I did I? What did we say about Unicorn Spring? It was at 44.71. Oh yeah, didn't I say it's got to be at least over 50%? Yeah, which means just under 6%, whereas I only did 4%. I think that's doable. Let's have it over 50% by this time next year. Okay, next. This one, oh, excuse me. So this one's in an old issue of Cross Stitcher. This is Jan 19. And I do have the PDF of this one. I did purchase the PDF. It's from Little Dove Designs. So I'm going to find you the cover picture. Where is it? There we go. Oh, that's the chart. Here's the cover picture. So if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that I've done some, spring and autumn. And then I've got winter and summer on the go. Summer's the next one on the list to show you. This one I did mention last year that I would have liked to have had in a frame this winter, and it's not finished. But we have made some progress, although not an awful lot, I must admit, looking at the figures. So figures wise, it was on 1,936 stitches, 26.31%. It's now on 4,069 stitches, which is 55.30%. But I've only done 2,133 stitches on it this year. So not really good enough, is it? Popping a picture of what it looked like this time last year. And here it is now. So yeah, I've not... Oh, I thought something looked strange there. There we go. Not enough progress really on this one. But it's had some progress. But it needs more. So about 25% of it I've done. It's taken me up to 50%. Be good if I can have this one finished. Because, yeah, it's been languishing a little bit too long now. Remember this one, we're still in the what were WIPs last year pile. So over a year it's been in my WIP pile now. Not quite good enough. But yeah, I moved up to the top, did some of the house. I've not done the roof of the house yet. And there's, I've started on the border at the top. So I can work my way down the borders and then get to the bottom. But yeah, really need to finish this one. Oh, I didn't mention, this is also a fabric flare 32 count. Oh no, this is 28 count, sorry, yes, because I've done all these in 28 count. This is Smoky Oaky by Fabric Flare, which has got, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, very slight mottling. It's a grey fabric with very slight mottling to it. which just said winter to me. But yes, needs more work. We settled down now, Pussycats. We have, we've gone back to sleep. Right, so speaking of winter, the next one is the summer version, which is in this bag, my hummingbird bag. So again, I've got this on PDF. This is Summer Blooms by Little Dove Designs. This time last year, this was on 3,099 stitches, which was 39.03%. It's now on 6,097 stitches, which is 76.78%. And I've done a total of 2,998 stitches on it. So yeah, the last one, the winter one, I'd done 2,133 stitches. This one I've done 2,998 stitches on. So this one has had a bit more love this year. And I think with it being at 76%, this one needs finishing this year, definitely. I mean, they both do, but this one is a definite. Popping a picture of what it looked like last year. And here it is now. So yeah, I've got most of that middle bit done now, and I'm moving down. And I've also brought the border down slightly. So you see it says June, July, August in there for summer blooms. And this is another one that needs to be on my wall because I've only got 2 seasons finished. I need the other 2 finishing so that I can swap them out every 3 months. Because I have them all framed in the same type of frame because they're all the same size. This is also 28 count light blue even weave. And yeah, it just means every 3 months take one off the wall and put the next one on. It's a nice way to go through the year. But yes, not too much more to do on that one. Only probably another 2,500 stitches probably. So that is one that definitely needs to be finished sooner rather than later. I don't know if I could have it up some of this year. Pop it away. And then last one that was a WIP last year. And this has had the least love. This is Santa's Coming by Stitcherovia, Emma Congdon. So that's that one there. And it's a gorgeous little piece, but I think because it's a Christmas piece, it doesn't get the love it needs. But here's some figures for you. This time last year, it was on 1,063 stitches. Which was 16.11%. It's now on 1,785 stitches, so 1,785 stitches, and it's at 27.5%. I've only done 722 stitches, so I've not even done 1,000 stitches on this one this year. That's not good. It's on a beautiful fabric. It's on a lovely light blue opalescent even weave. 32 count. There's a picture in of what it looked like last year, and here it is now. So you can see I've done a bit on the town at the bottom, and that's it. That's all I've done. That's where my 700 stitches went in. So not good enough, because I want to have this one up over Christmas. Definitely needs a lot of work this year. I'm not saying I'll finish it this year, because it's only on 27%. But I think this one should be at least at 50% by this time next year. That's my goal for this one, 50% on this one. I feel like I'm just beating myself up all the way through this video. I'm really sorry if that's bringing anyone down. I'm trying to be positive about things. I mean, I've done a lot of stitches. I think I did actually do a little calculation of, because you know where I've got the count that says how many stitches I've done this year, and it was nearly 70,000. So 70,000 stitches in a year is pretty good going, really, considering, you know, I do work, I have children, I have horses, I've been studying for an accounting qualification over the last 12 months, I have an Etsy shop, you know, I am a busy person. So to do 70,000 cross stitches isn't actually that bad, really, is it? So I'm going to stop beating myself up. Woohoo, I did 722 stitches on that one. Right, so that's all the WIPs from last year that are still WIPs this year. Now, these next lot outside of me are WIPs that were new starts in 2023. So there is no previous picture, but I will still tell you the figures, but obviously there's no before figures. So first one is in my Winter Wonderland bag. So this is another Plum Street Dachshunds designs and that I made into a project bag, which is super cute. And this is Modern Folk Embroidery Fruits of Plenty Sal. It was a Sal in 2021. Obviously I'm not doing it as a Sal. I just bought the whole chart and I'm stitching it because it's beautiful. So for this one I'm using a cream 25 count. Yes, it's a 25 count fabric and I'm doing it 1/1 full cross because I didn't want it massive. I have seen it done on the likes of sort of 32 count and it's huge, but obviously 32 count 2/2, so I've gone for 25 count to make it a bit smaller. So this is where this one is at. You can see I've gone across the whole top. That's as wide as it's going to be, but yeah, I've got a fair bit to go. So this one is currently at 75. I was going to say 75,000, it's not, 7,549 or 15.93%. So in the course of a year, I've done 15% on it, which is pretty good going, 7,500 stitches. Really happy with that. I'm using 2 of my own colours that I picked for it. The first one is 34, which is this gorgeous like dark magenta, and the second one is 3836, which is this like dusky pink. And I thought those 2 colours went beautifully together and I love it. So goal on this one then, what I said, I'm up to 15%. So it's got to be up to 30%, I think. Same again. Let's have another 7,500 stitches on this one. Let's get it to 30%. Although I'll be happy with 25. 30% is the goal, 25% is the minimum. That's where we're going with this one because it's beautiful and I do like it. I enjoy stitching on it. I can't remember when I started that one though, but I've got a funny feeling it was towards the beginning of the year because I think I took it to the Essex Needleworks retreat this year in March. Pretty sure I did, so it would have been started before then. Next up, this one, I think this one's the project that's had the most love this year. And this is Final Fantasy VII Cast by Servo Stitches on Etsy. So this, I started playing the game, I got the game for my birthday in June. The game I played as a child, loved it, and played it again as an adult on the Switch. And yeah, I'm stitching this for my brother. I think he will really appreciate it. He's currently playing, there's a new version of the game on the PlayStation, I do believe. I've not played it. But he was playing it the other day when I walked in his house and it's really remastered really well. But he's like me, he likes the classic as well. So I'm thinking this would be a nice like cushion or something. But some facts on this one. As I say, it's had the most love this year of any of my projects. I've done 13,317 stitches on this one this year. It's at 52.4%. So this is what it looks like at the moment. Now this is another one where I gave myself very poor margin. I think I calculated this on 32 count fabric and then realised that this is 28. Bit of a faux pas there. But the plan is to cut that bottom bit off and attach it to the side just to make it easier for working on, and then when I come to finish it I'm hoping that I'll be able to perhaps attach some fabric and turn it into a cushion or something. I think that'll work nicely. But yes, I've done 4 of the characters in full, as you can see, and I'm working on the 5th character down there at the bottom. Those of you that watch me regularly, the last time you saw this, I was also working on this character, but what I did do is I miscalculated how far down to bring this box, and I was 2 stitches short. So I had to frog out all of this bottom bit, which I'd done all the border colours, and yeah, I had to frog it all out and redo it because I couldn't bodge it. It just wasn't looking right. So yeah, that was annoying. So I've actually done more than 13,000 stitches because I had to frog a load of them and restitch them. But yeah, I love how this is looking. It gives me like nostalgia when I work on it. That's but I think it's my brother's. No, I'm trying to think when he's 40. He's 3 years younger than me, and I'm 41 at the moment. So that's not for a bit. He's not going to be 40 in 24. He's going to be 40 in 25. So I was thinking I'd give it to him for his 40th, but that's quite a long way away. Because I'd like to perhaps finish this year. But then I'm only 50%. I've been working on it for a year, and I've really been working on it. Like I say, it's had the most love. So if I can get this to 80% by this time next year, and then I can do the last 20% beginning of 2025 and have it ready for his birthday in July. There we go. That's the plan. Just made it up while you guys are here. So yeah, this one wants to be at 80% by this time next year. Hello, Gizmo. He's just come and sat on the sofa. Are you tired? That storm kept you awake last night, didn't it? Stop raining again, that's something. Right, what's next? This is in my cute little phone bag. I think this was actually the first bag I made. I want to say it was this one. Yeah, just got a plain spotty pink fabric on the inside and the farmy fabric there. Put the brown zip in. It's not perfect. Well, actually this one's one of the better ones. I think I was more careful on this one. I don't see any exposed bits like I can in some of the others. Anyway, this one is one I found on Etsy and thought it was super cute. This is Love Is Here. It says it's by Happy Mood Point. But I think if you just search Love Is Here cross stitch, you'll find it on Etsy. There are quite a few of these little charts with the sheeps. Always makes me think of Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher, because she likes sheep. But yeah, this was a new start this year. So facts are, where I would love it here is on, I've done 2,864 stitches. It's 48.9% complete. So this is one to finish in 24, definitely, because it's not a big one. Ooh, it's going to come out the bag. This is on a 32 count platinum, I want to say. And this is what it looks like. So I've done the house, I've done I've done all 3 sheep, there's no more sheeps. The biggest bit is there's a load of grass that's all like full coverage down at the bottom here, and then the border around the edge. So yeah, I should be able to finish this year. It's gorgeous, I've got plenty of margin. I do like working on it. So yeah, no reason why I can't finish this one this year. And then I want to start another one of them. Because yeah, I want to say there's about 4 different ones, and this is just so cute. And it'd be nice, I don't think I'll have it up for Valentine's Day this year or 2024, but yeah, it's one to put up perhaps at Valentine or in my bedroom. Maybe it'd be nice just in my bedroom because it's all that love, you know. We're getting through. We're not too many left. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go. We're nearly through, guys. What are we on? 54 minutes. I knew it to be over an hour. It's going to take forever to upload. Just put that one away. So the next one was my new Heaven and Earth designs for the year. Don't know whether I'm going to do... Will I start another Heaven and Earth designs in 25? 24 even? Can't work out what year I'm in. Maybe. Maybe. This is the one I bought this year. This is Ragdoll Eden, by Irena Garmashova. Yes, this is my 3rd Irena Garmashova. I love her pieces. I love cats. And I love that she's an artist that has ragdolls. Well, I say she has ragdolls. She draws ragdolls. She did have a ragdoll and he sadly passed away this year. The one that modelled for My Darling. He passed, Mocha. He passed this year. I was so sorry to hear about it because, I mean, I adore my ragdolls. And Darcy, bless her, will be 12 in May. And that's a bit scary. She's not getting any younger, although she still acts like a kitten sometimes. Anyway, let's show you where I'm at with this one. Now this one I'm doing Royal Rose, but I'm doing it slightly different. Let me just organise the part threads. In that I'm doing it page by page, I decided. Rather than going all the way along the top, I've gone all the way along the top as far as the first page and then started again. So I'm going to fill in the page and then decide whether I'm going to the next one along or one below. We'll see. But this is what this one looks like. So some facts about this one. I've done 4,610 stitches and it's 1.59% complete. That's 1.5%. That's all that is. It's going to be massive. This is going to take me decades. But it's beautiful and I love all the cats in it. It's just so gorgeous. 1.5%. Oh my god. Yeah, this one is 625 by 465, so it's not a small one. It's my biggest Heaven and Earth designs to date. So, what goal should we set for this one? I managed 1.5%. So another 1.5, it's just over 1.5, so another just over 1.5 would take me just over 3%. I'd like a little bit more. I'd like the first page done. I don't know what percentage that is, but how many down am I? 1, 2, 3. Actually, that first page doesn't come much further, actually. No, because usually pages are about 8 squares by 8 squares, and I'm 8 across. Am I 8 across? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 8 across, and that's 6 down. So actually, no, I need more than a page. Be nice if I could have 2 pages finished, wouldn't it? But that's more than doubling what I've done already this year. We'll see. No hard fast goals on this one because it's in for the long haul. The only thing, if this one hasn't got a bag, I need to make a bag for this one because it's sitting loose. But yeah, pleased with that. Nice to see something, isn't it? But yeah, I think if I can get that to 2 pages done, that'd be good. Yeah. Needs to be more than that, really, doesn't it? A page a year isn't enough. Okay, and then one more where I've got facts and figures. Last one that's on Pattern Keeper. And this is Northern Expressions Needleworks Twisted Band Sampler. So, first person I ever saw stitching this was Sarah stitching Mommy, and I loved it. And I went with the specialty stitches version. You can buy it in a just cross stitch version, but I went for the one that includes the specialty stitches, and I'm really glad I did. Even though I've never done specialty stitches before, I'm saying specialty stitches a lot, aren't I? Even though I've never done it before, the instructions are so good, so easy to follow. It's not difficult, it really isn't. And I say this every time I show this. If you're on the fence, go for it. It's not too hard. So facts about this one are a little bit not quite there. So according to Pattern Keeper, I've done 4,661 stitches and it's at 39.83%. But Pattern Keeper doesn't count the specialty stitches. And there's I've done 3 bands of specialty stitches in this one. So it's not totally accurate with the percentage and everything. But I'll show you what it looks like. This is on a 32 count Silver Moon fabric, I think it is. And here's where it's at. So I was actually working on this one last night and I got that cross stitch band at the bottom completely finished, which I was really pleased about. And I'm ready to move on to the next specialty stitch band, which is going to be in goldeny browns. Not excited. I'm looking forward to getting onto the green. Maybe that's how I set a goal on this one then. By what colour I'm going to be in. I think by this time next year I need to be moving into the greeny blues here. So I'm currently here and I want to be moving into the greeny blues by this time next year. If not slightly further. Because yeah, I can't tell you exactly how many stitches I've done, say, because it only counts the cross stitch. But based on the only cross stitch, this one really ought to be at about 60 to 70%. That would be good. and then it can be finished in 25. But yeah, it's so pretty. I do enjoy working on it. Yeah, the greeny blue will hit that bottom corner down here. So I've already hit the top corner up there and up there. Greeny blue will hit it down here, and then that'll be the last quarter to do. Yeah, that'll be alright. But yeah, really loving this one. It's really pretty, really nice to work on. I am enjoying it. Let's put it away. Cool, ready for a cup of tea, guys. We're just over an hour now, and well, mind you, maybe not, because I'll have to cut a bit out where I had to fetch Darcy. Right, so the next, there's 3 to go, but I don't have any facts and figures because they're all paper charts. So first one is Prairie Schooler, my very first Prairie Schooler, and I'm doing this one at the top here, which is, well, all 3 are called Harvest Time, but I'm doing that one at the top. I'm doing this on an 18 count cream Ada, and here it is. So quite happy with this one. Looking at the picture, about maybe just under a third through. It's just over a quarter, but just under a third-ish. So if I can get this to about 2/3 by the end of the year, that would be good. By the end of next year. I get this whole thing at this time of year. Am I talking about 24 or 23? Yeah, by this time next year. That's how to say it. By this time next year, it'd be nice if it was about 2/3 done. Not expecting to finish it. But I love the colours in this one. Autumn's my favourite season. Always has been. For as long as I can remember thinking about favourite seasons. I love autumn. I love the colours in autumn. Summer's too hot. Spring's usually wet. Winter's cold. Autumn, it's not too bad. The night starts to draw in, it gets cosy. And there are beautiful colours in trees. Just love the gorgeous colours that autumn brings. But yeah, loving working on that one. It's nice to work on Ada for a change as well. Because most of my projects are on even weave and a couple on linen. But yeah, every now and again it's nice to work on Ada. It feels a bit easier sometimes. It's easier for counting, that's for sure. The next one hasn't got an awful lot of progress, but I did start it fairly recently. And that is my very first button and beads kit. This is the Proud Peacock. And when I last showed this on my last video, I told people that the reason I'm struggling with this one is I don't like perforated paper. But here it is. So yeah, I'm persevering with it. I've heard about attaching fabric to the side so you can put it in a frame, although I just clamped it at the side here to my Lowry just so I could work on it like that. But yeah, I am not a fan of perforated paper. Sorry, you can see right through that, can't you? Let's put that there. Yeah, I think if I do one of these kits again, I'll do it on fabric. There's even a slight temptation that I haven't done that much. Should I just restart this on fabric? But no, I'm going to persevere with it because it's something different. But these aren't massive, are they? What's the stitch count on these? Oh, it doesn't say. But it's only going to fill that space, isn't it? So, will it be finished in 24? Maybe. The trouble is, because I know I'm not enjoying working on it, I don't think it'll get finished. It would be good to finish it, and I really should, but I'm not going to promise. I'm not going to set any goals on this one. It'll just be a case of working on it when I feel like it. Might be a good one to have in the car, actually, because I haven't got a car project at the moment. There's an idea. Should I have this one in the car? I think I should, because I've got all my threads in here. I just need to pop a pair of scissors in here. And then I could do this one in the car. There we go. Right, okay. This is going to be my car project. That will get some work done on it. Because I usually leave work. I technically finish at 2:45 and the children come out at 3:25, and it's a 15 to 20 minute drive. So I usually have at least 15 minutes, if not slightly longer, from parking up near the school to when they come out. So 15 minutes 5 times. I mean, I won't do it every time, and sometimes I'll leave work slightly later. But I'm going to leave this one out the WIP box and put it in my car. The kids don't go back for over another week yet, but yeah. Now, the next project was a car project, and it got wet. I think one of the kids' water bottles fell on it, and I haven't worked on it since. But this is actually my last project. So this is by Brooks Books, and you can see I need to reprint everything. Look at that. This is Summer House, and yeah, it got wet. It's dried now, but you can see where all my highlighters all leaked and everything. So I need to reprint and remark off what I've done. Thankfully, not an awful lot, but I think there's a bit of runoff onto the fabric. So yeah, there is. So yeah, the fabric's got a few colours on it, but it's not the end of the world. I think it's that way up. So that's where I'm at. Not much done on this one. I have completed all the others. So I've got autumn, I've got winter, and I've got spring. I've still got to fully finished spring, so that needs doing sooner rather than later, because I have these on an easel on my shelves at work, and at the moment the winter one's on it, obviously. And yeah, I still haven't fully finished Spring House, so that needs doing before March. So, and then I need to work on this one. But yeah, this was a car project. You can even see it was in a hoop, and the hoop mark's still very prominent. But yeah, it got wet, and I ended up taking it out of the car, and I haven't worked on it since. So I need to make the effort to, because I've got all the threads here. So I thought I could feel a needle then, but I can't now. But yeah, I've got all the threads organised on here. And yeah, I just need to, yeah, there's my highlighter. I need to reprint, remark off what I've done. And that one's alright. Just the other ones. Yeah, that one's all damaged as well. Yeah, do some reprinting, and then that one needs working on. And really, I should finish that by this time next year. But yeah, it's just, I haven't motivated myself to print everything off, so that needs doing. And that was my last WIP. That's all 22 of them. So we shall now look at going through the finishes. So as I said, there have been 7 finishes, 3 of which are really quite recent because they were Christmas designs, and I stitched them just before Christmas, which was nice. But the first one I'm going to show you was a WIP this time last year, and it's now finished. It's fully finished, and that is Spring Awakening by Little Dove Designs. So as I mentioned, I've already done autumn. I had it framed and finished ages ago, and this one I managed to finish and frame before the Essex Needles Retreat this year, because I took it with me. It was on the finishers table. So just, it's not perfect framing. I think it's slightly wonky. You can see where I've laced it at the back, but it's absolutely fine. Cheap frame from the range, and this one goes in my kitchen from March to May. Although I think actually it stayed in my kitchen until about September, because that's when I put the autumn one up, because I've only got the 2. But yeah, I love this one. I love looking at it. It's so pretty. It really does. Oh, look at those colours. It's gorgeous. So yeah, I was really happy to finish this one and fully finish it. And yeah, so it goes up in my kitchen for that half of the year. The next one was also a WIP. In fact, the next 3 were WIPs this time last year, and they're not now. So next one is Quilting Bee by Janine McGowan. Is it Janine McGowan? The Blue Flower, it is, isn't it? Yes. And I gave the chart away in a competition on my channel. But yeah, this time last year it needed, I've got pictures and I assume that I've already, the future me knows to put the pictures in, so you will have seen what they look like this time last year. But yeah, finished this one in the course of 2023. and it's beautiful, and I need to do something with it. I think I said I was going to turn this into like a tote bag, so I want to line it. Oh, do I need to line it? Do I just need to buy a plain tote bag and then like sew this on? Not sure I'm going to do it yet. I'm sure there's videos. But yeah, really pleased with that one. And I do think, yeah, to make a nice cover for a tote bag. That's the intention with that one. One of the next ones I finished. Pop in a picture of what it looked like this time last year. This one didn't have an awful lot to go, so it definitely needed to have been finished. But this is Snapdragon by Nora Corbett. And she needs framing because she's beautiful. And all the beads are there. You see them. And oh, this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Considering I'm not really a Mirabilia fan, I chose this one because it's like fantasy, her being a fairy, and I need to do another one because it's gorgeous. I like the fact that we're looking from her back. I can't remember which ones I've been looking at for next, but again, ones where you're looking at them from the back. But another one of these, the other one's called Bewitching Pixies. What are these ones called? I can't remember. Can't remember what they're called. But the ones that are like named after flowers, because they say this is Snapdragon. Yeah, love the colours in that one. She really pops off the fabric. This is a 32 count willow green fabric. And yeah, she's just beautiful. Really pleased I got this one finished. But yeah, I need to frame her. I need to get her down the framers, and have her framed. I think that needs to go maybe in my landing or something, or the bedroom maybe. Beautiful. And then last but not least of the ones that were whipped last year is another one that I said I was going to finish, and I did, and it's Patchwork Cats by Jardin Privé. And this is on a 32 count opalescent white. I don't know if you can see the spot. I can't see it in the camera, but it is an opalescent. It's beautiful. I did change the colour slightly. It was more oranges, reds and browns, and I put them into pinks and greys and reds with the blue and green. And I want to frame this one as well. I want this up in my bedroom because it just shows my love of pussycats. And this will lead me on to one of my planned new starts, because I was very kindly gifted the next chart. Oh, it's raining again. It keeps raining and stopping and raining and stopping. Stop raining. Right, the last three literally started and finished in December. These are all by Shannon Christine Designs, and I thought they were just so cute. They are Christmas mugs. So we've got the beautiful green one with like a Christmas cookie and a candy cane, and that looks like a peppermint sweet at the bottom there. Absolutely gorgeous. Obviously super tiny. These are on 32 count, 2/2, and yeah, look how small that is. I was like finishing these over the course of 2 evenings because they're so pretty, so quick. So that's the green mug. I've also got the red mug with the gingerbread man and a bit of holly at the bottom. Again, you see by the size of my hand, it's tiny, teeny tiny, so cute. Also on 32 count, that's a linen. And then the last one that I did, and I finished this Boxing Day, and it's the little light blue one with the Christmas cookie in front and the holly and the cream. And this is on Vintage Country Mocha, 32 count. But yeah, all three of these need to be finished into little ornaments for next year, for next Christmas, because they are super cute. And that's it. That is my whips and my finishes. So the last thing I want to mention is we've talked a bit about plans as I've gone through the video. Obviously I've told you about my goals. I will write those down as I edit this, so I know what I said. But I do have 2 planned new starts. One of them I'm not sure when I'm going to start it, and that is, as I mentioned, after Patchwork Cats. I was very kindly gifted by one of my followers, Cat Lovers by Jardin Privé. So this is like the sister piece. And yes, I wrote down the colours that I used on the other one, Patchwork Cats, so that I've got them so I can do the same colour conversion on this one. Although I think there won't be an awful lot of change because it's blues and pinks and reds are absolutely fine, but I think I'll probably change the brown to grey and the cats will be in grey. I think it was Confederate Grey by Weeks Dye Works is what I did the cats in on the last one, so I'll probably do the cats the same on this one. But yeah, this is a planned new start. Looking forward to doing this one, but I don't know when yet, just at some point in the year. It's bagged up, ready to go. It's got the white even weave, no excuses, get it started. And then my new year, new start. Now I treated myself to this piece at the Essex Needles Retreat, which was in March, and I've still not started it yet. So this is going to be my new year, new piece. I bought the fabric while I was there, and I ordered the specialty threads and the Krynic and the water lilies and the treasure braid, and I still haven't started it. So this is going to be my new year, new start. And this is my very first Bella Filipina, Enchantress of the Abyss. How gorgeous is that? Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It's absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait. I like mermaids. Have you noticed there's a bit of a theme? I do like mermaids. And this one appeals. It really does. So I need to start it. So the fabric I chose is a 32 count even weave. Doesn't have a name because it's from Coffee Craft Fabrics. But this is my fabric. How beautiful is that? Slightly lighter down there and darker up there, so I don't know whether to do it actually. Looking at that, I think I should have the lighter bit towards the top and the darker bit towards the bottom. So if I do the fabric that way around and perhaps start her in the middle, maybe. I'll work out how big it's going to be. I might be able to save a bit of that fabric. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to treat myself to that. And then this is my little bag of specials. So I don't think there's any beads in this one because I've not got beads in here. But I've got 3 Krynics because I couldn't convert these. I was struggling for petite treasure braid conversions. So I've got those 3 Krynics. These are going to be the hell to work with. I've got 2 petite treasure braids. Those 2. Super shiny. And then I've got 2 Karen water lilies, which I've never worked with before. But I've got this gorgeous one here called Eggplant. Although I think it looks nothing like an eggplant. Have I got... Let's put it against this. So some beautiful colours in that. And then the other one is called She His Aid. She His Aid. I've got no idea how you say that. But look at the colours in that one. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm so looking for... These are silks. Karen water lilies are silks and they are just beautiful. Cannot wait to work with those. I think the only thing about this, I think when I looked at the chart, it's not an easy chart. So it's definitely going to need to be photocopied. Yeah, just a very quick glance at the chart for you. Look at that. Eek. Yeah, it's very small and colourful. And wow, I know there is beads in this, I just haven't bought them yet. But yeah, there's my materials list. DMC is not a problem. I've got the water lilies, the Krynics. I just haven't got the beads and the treasures. There's even treasures. I'll bet I'll be able to source these from Hawkins Hobbies. I bet she'll have a bead kit for it. But yeah, that's my new year, new start. So that will be, I might actually start it on Sunday night. Yes, I think I will. New Year's Eve, start that. And then put it down New Year's Day because it's too stressful. Right, okay, so thank you so much for joining me on this WIP Parade for 2023. Scary times. How is it 2024 next year? I plan on doing my next update video probably mid to end January, depending on how much work I've got done in that time. I shall also let you know in that video how I get on with my my exams. I took my final exam at the end of November, and I'm due the result on the 4th of January. They have a 6-week window. And they tell you on the website, if you took your exam between this date and this date, the result will come out on this date. So on the website it says 4th of January will be my result day. I'm nervous, but I'm confident. I think I've done quite well, so that I will get my level 2 certificate in accounting, which will be great. It also means, it's already been discussed a few times at work, but my wages will be going up. My boss told my husband on our Christmas afternoon in the pub that they'll be treating me to a meal. I can go for a meal where I want with my husband, which will be lovely. And I did get a bit of a Christmas bonus as well because of how hard I've worked this year. So that's all really, really good, really positive. So lots of people have moaned about 2023 not being a good year. I can actually confidently, oh no I can't. I was going to say I not broke a bone in 23, but I did, I broke my wrist. Let's try not to break a bone in 24, shall we? I broke my wrist and my friend broke her wrist as well this year. Mine was roller skating though, not horse related. Hers, yeah, pony kicked her. In 2024 we're going to back Dexter, our foal that we purchased in 20... Did we buy him in 21? He's 3 in February. Yeah, we bought him in 21. Gosh, that's flown. Yes, Dexter will be 3 in February, so this summer we're going to introduce him to ridden work. So he's worn a saddle a few times. He has had Aria lean over him and he's been absolutely fine, so I don't anticipate too many problems. We are going to get a couple of the teenagers in the yard because the rest of us are just too old to be thrown around on youngsters. We're going to get a couple of the teenagers at the yard to help us back him in summer, and then he'll be allowed the winter off to think of, and then he'll be coming into ridden work in 25. So I've got to lose some weight because at the moment I'm too heavy for him based on his size. He should get bigger, but that's not an excuse. I need to lose some weight. So this is all in the plans. I don't know why I'm waffling on telling you all about this. I just feel like I need to end the video with what a great year 24 is going to be. But thank you so much for watching me today. I really do appreciate it. If you could hit the like button, that would be wonderful. Please feel free to leave me a comment. And if you don't already, please subscribe, because I only hit the 1,000 subs this year, sorry. And it would be nice to grow my channel a little bit more. If you can help me in that way, that would be wonderful. But yeah, please stay tuned to see what progress I can make on these 22 WIPs. Bets on how many WIPs I'm going to have this time next year. Will it be 30? I've only got 2 planned new starts, but that means nothing. I need to do some finishes. I can't remember how many of these WIPs I said I'm going to finish. I'll figure that out when I'm editing. But right, I'm going to leave you there, guys. I'm going to get on with editing this video and get it out there for you all to see. So if you're seeing it, I did it. And I'm going to have a cup of tea because I've been talking for an hour and a half. And So Happy New Year to everybody. Take care, guys. And I shall see some of you in Essex in March. But if not, I shall see you all in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.